Mhm. Describe, okay, what sort of food do you like eating the most?
Hi, teacher.
Chào con, chào Mỹ,
Hi,
con thế,
teacher.
con thế nào?
I'm good, thank you. And you?
Good. Tôi khỏe.
Yes.
Okay. Is my Vietnamese okay?
Yes, it's good.
Okay, a little bit. Yeah. Have you had a good week?
Um, I guess so because I have
Yes.
finished my exam.
Yeah. How have they gone?
Um, my math is still I still doing good, and
Yeah,
um yes, I just my problem is just only about math.
right, right. Okay. Do you have any more exams left?
No, we have finished all,
Oh, great.
and
Good.
yes, we just go
Excellent.
to school and have fun with friends.
Oh,
Just
great.
like
That's
yeah.
good. That's good. So when do you get the results of your test?
I think it's the next week. I think so.
Okay. Are you feeling confident about the result?
Not at all. Yeah.
Not at all. Okay. So you're still a little bit worried about maths.
Yes.
Okay. Now what about your other subjects?
Um. The literature. I think I doing good. I do. I what? No. I did good.
Good.
And
Good.
English.
Yep.
I think is the most. I think I confident at this subject most.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. You would say I am most confident about
Yes.
this subject. I am most
Yes.
confident about this subject.
Yes.
Great. Oh, that's good, Charmy. Okay, well done. Well done. Okay, so I hope you can relax a little bit now and enjoy the rest of your school year. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Mrs. Ha has joined us. That's great. Um, I hear that the weather is not so hot today in Hanoi.
Yes, but it's just a little bit sunny.
Little bit.
It's just
Okay.
about 28 degree, I
Oh,
guess.
I think that's nice. Not too hot.
Yes.
Not too
Yes.
hot. Here in Christchurch this morning, very cold. It was minus 6 when I
Oh,
woke up
oh,
this morning, very cold. So I have to wear the thick
yes.
thick jersey. Yeah, so getting into winter here. So I'm looking forward to coming to Vietnam next week and getting warmer again. I think that will be
Yes.
great. Looking forward to that, and looking forward to seeing you too, of course, and all the other students. Okay, so before we start, do you have any questions or anything you would like me to help you with?
Um, I think no. Thank
Nothing
you,
in
teacher.
particular. Okay.
Yes.
So what we will do today then, I'll keep practicing speaking with you. Okay.
Yes.
And then what I was thinking next month, so you said you will sit the IELTS test sometime in July. Is that right?
Yes. In the first of July, is in the first week of July is
Okay.
on six,
Okay,
six.
6th of July. All right. Well, if you want to, during June, if you want, you can write me practice essays if you like. If you want
Yes.
to practice that, I think that will be a good way. And I will correct them for you, okay,
Yes.
and send them back. So then you can keep improving that way. What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah, because then
Yes.
I can show you what mistakes you are making. So you can do that. You can do that in June.
Yes. Thank you,
Okay.
teacher.
Yeah, next month. You're welcome. So today I thought we will do speaking. And what we're going to do is I will give you the whole speaking test. Okay. I won't get you to talk for the 2 minute part though, okay? Because it will take too long. But what I will do, I will show you in a minute. I will just get you to tell me your plan. All right. Like, remember, we talked about last week that no matter what the topic is, that you should try to think of some experience that you have had that you can match to the topic. Does that make sense?
Yes.
For example, the one you talked about last time when you said you went to the music festival with your friends. Okay, so that is an experience that you can actually match to many different topics. Okay, so say the topic was, for example, tell me about something exciting you did. Okay, it will fit that. Tell me about something you did with your friends. It will fit that. Um, Tell me about somewhere you visited that was really interesting. Okay, you can use the
Yes.
same story for all those three topics. So I think I said to you before some time ago that it's really useful just to have some stories in the back of your mind that you can use for many different topics. And it makes doing the 2 minute talk so much easier. Means you don't have to think too hard about what to say next. You just tell the story of what happened at the music festival. For example, what else could you have for that topic? Uh, Tell me about a new device you got. So you could say, okay, I want to tell you about an iPhone that I got last year. I took the iPhone with me to the music festival. Okay. And then you talk about how you use it at the music festival to take photos of all your favorite singers, and you just talk about the music festival. Does that make sense?
Yes, I understand it.
So you can see how you can use one experience to answer many different questions. Okay.
Yes,
You just have to, in your minute preparation, you just have to think of, what experience have I had that I can match to this question?
yes,
Okay, anyway, we'll practice that a little bit further on. Okay, but right now, I will start with the speaking test part one. Okay?
yes.
All right, so I'll just get you to talk to me, and of course, I will correct any mistakes you have made and make some suggestions. All right, so, Kami, welcome to the IELTS test. As you know, the speaking test has three parts. In part one, I ask you some questions about yourself. So, today I'm going to ask you about food and cooking. So, what sort of food do you like eating the most?
Well, I'm quite easygoing when choosing some sort my favorite food. I can eat a wide range of food, but I think the particular food that I like is by me. Um, I eat it every day when I need to go to school in the morning, so I can get productive and uh, it boosts me some energy to go to school.
Okay, so I can be productive.
I can
I can be productive, and it boosts my energy.
Yes, it boosts my energy to go to
And
school.
yeah, great, good. Okay. Um, who normally does the cooking in your home?
Both my mom and my dad, they 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 both take charge in cooking meals in my home after their work, and sometimes I help my mom to prepare the meals, and uh, and they often like they often prepare meals together, and sometimes I do help them with the meals.
Okay, good, good. Okay. Um, you might again, if you run out of things to say for that question, just think of an example. Remember,
Oh,
always think of an example. You could say, for example, last night, I helped my mum make pho.
yes,
Just something simple like that. Okay, does that make sense?
yes.
Okay. Do you ever watch cooking programs on TV?
Well, these types of programs, I don't have any interest in watching it. I just often watch some programs about animals, but my mom does. She's really like watching cooking programs, so I often watch with her in um during the day in order to relax. And yeah, but
Okay.
I'm not totally interested in.
Okay, good. Um, she really likes, remember to put the S on the end of like. She really likes watching cooking programs on TV. Good. So with these sort of questions, Kami, remember it's always good to say because. I don't like watching cooking programs on TV because.
Yes,
Okay. Um, my both my mum and dad usually do the cooking in our house because. Okay.
yes,
Um, the food I like eating most is banh mi because it boosts my energy for school. Okay,
yes,
so because is a very useful word for part one speaking questions. Okay, all right.
yes.
In general, Kami, do you prefer eating at home or eating out?
Well, sometimes it depends. I usually love eating outside, or just to grab a banh mi outside a shop, in order to help me to prepare to go to the extra class, and to save my time. But when I don't need to go to extra class, I will just stay at home and eat with my family. And I think eating at home is a good way to strengthen family bond.
Okay, excellent answer, Tammy. Okay, so you're doing with these part one questions, you're doing very well. Okay, so I'm just correcting the small grammar mistakes, okay, for you, but everything else is good. You are relaxed, which is good. You are speaking at the right speed, very good. Not too fast, not too slow. And it's good that when you can't quite think of something, you are not scared to stop for a little bit. That is fine. That is very natural. We do that, of course, in normal conversation all the time. Okay? So if you can't think of a word, remember it's okay to stop for a second or so. Or even to say, can't think of that word. What I mean is, okay, and then go on about something else, okay? You can say that because that's very natural. Remember, I've said many times, the IELTS test is just a test of communication. Okay, so if you can communicate normally and naturally, that will help you get a good score. All right.
Yes.
So, any questions about that?
No, thank you, teacher.
Okay, it's good. So again, just remember with part one questions, it's always good to use because in there when you give your answer. I do this because I don't like this because my mum does this because, okay? It always helps you answer the question. Okay, good. All right, so let's look at once the screen is loaded. Okay, can you see the document?
Yes, I can see it.
Me. Okay, what we're going to look at, actually, I'll just change the page a moment. Okay. All right. So these, by the way, these are real questions. Okay, Tammy?
Yes.
So you might get something like this. Okay. So can you just please read question one for me?
Describe a house or an apartment that someone you know live in. You should say whose house or apartment this is, where the house or apartment is, what it looks like inside, and explain what you like or dislike about this person house or apartment.
Okay. So like I said before, I won't get you to talk for the 2 minutes this time. All right. But I will get you just to think for a moment of a plan to answer this. So remember what I said before about experiences.
Yes.
So, of course, you must answer the main part here. Describe a house or apartment that someone you know lives in. So, this could be your apartment, of course. Okay. Could be your grandparents' apartment, anyone's apartment. And it will be good if you can think of an experience that happened in someone's house. Can you think of anything like that?
Yes, I have
Okay.
already about it.
Okay. All right. What is it? Tell me.
Is my uncle apartment,
Hmm.
and I think if I give an experience, I give it like uh there was a time my uncle invited me and my family to his house to watch the fireworks because it's located near the place organized fireworks. So yes, because living in an apartment can see it easily.
Great. Okay. So you can talk about the fireworks as well. Okay. So remember, so that's great, Chami. This sounds like a great story, great experience. Okay. You went to your uncle's house to watch the fireworks because his house is located very close to
Yes.
where the fireworks, or you can get a good view of the fireworks from his apartment. This is great. And then, of course, just talk about what happened with the fireworks.
Yes.
Okay. And did you like them or not? What was the firework you liked the best?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's very good, Chami. Excellent. Okay. So first of all, you can start off just like you did. You know, I want to tell you about my uncle's apartment. His apartment is located, where is it, Chami?
In the Bading district.
Okay, in Bading. His house is located in the Bading district. Okay. It's an apartment. Um, it's about 10 years old, and it's very modern. One day we went there with my family, and then you tell the story of the fireworks. Okay.
Yes.
So straight away you have answered the question. All right.
Yes.
Okay. You've
Yes.
answered the question, so that's fine. And then you go on to talk about the experience that you know about. Does that make sense? And
Yes.
then, so very easy to fill up the 2 minutes by talking about the experience. You don't have to keep thinking, oh, what else is in the apartment? How many rooms in the apartment? Is the, what color is the apartment? Is the
Yes.
kitchen nice in the apartment or not? You know, that sort of thing can start to get very confusing and very hard to do. Much easier, I hope, for you just to talk about the experience that you and your family had while you were in the apartment.
Yes.
Okay, good. Excellent. Okay, very good. Now you've answered part two, Chami. So, part three. And remember always that part three will be connected to part two in some way. All right. So, part three, I'm going to ask you questions about home. Okay. For example, what kinds of home are popular in Vietnam?
Well, there are two main kinds of homes are popular in Vietnam. Are um There are house and apartment. Uh, I think for the elderly person, they uh they are keen on living in a house because it has a spacious space and also sometimes it has a garden for them to relax. But for apartment, some the young people often like to live in this type of place because it's much more convenient and it provides a cozy space. And also for some uh people who are lazy, they will find apartment much more convenient and easy to live in.
Lazy like me. That's why I was pointing to me. Chami.
Yes.
Okay. Very good, Chami. Excellent answer. Okay. Band seven answer, Chami. Easily. Okay. Very good. Good adjectives, good length, everything. Very good, Chami. Great.
Yes.
You're doing very well. Good. Um, what do you think are the advantages of living in a house instead of an apartment?
Well, there are various merits that I can think about when living in
Sorry, what was that word? There are
uh
various,
merits. That the
spell that,
synonym of advantages is merit.
M, ah, there are various merits. Merit.
Merits.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um, I would say, the word is, it's not quite a synonym for advantages. Okay. Not quite. All right.
Yes.
It's close, but not quite. Personally, I would stay with advantages. Okay.
Yes. Or can I change to benefits?
Yes. Benefits is good. Benefits
Yes.
is better than merits.
Yes.
Benefits is a synonym for advantages. Good.
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
Sorry, start again.
yes.
What do you think are the advantages of living in a house rather than an apartment?
Um, I believe that there are various benefits when living in the house compared to an apartment. The first reason is because a house provide a spacious space, as I said before, and it can have a garden or a garage for you to park your car or uh, plant your favorite flowers. And I think this type of home will easily help you to relax compared to living in an apartment. As when living in an apartment, uh, you will consume a significant amount of time to move from your flat to the like oh sorry I can speak again um when compared to living in apartment you will some people who are scared of the hate they will find living in an apartment is really inconvenient and sometimes unsuitable for them to live in.
Okay, great. That was very good, Charmy. You recover very well. Okay, that is exactly what to do. When you find you're getting confused or you can't remember what to say, just do exactly what you did. Perfect. Perfect.
Yes.
What was the word you used? Some people don't like the. Did you say heat? Is that what you meant to say, or something
No,
else?
is the hate is the hate Height.
Oh, height, height,
Height. Yeah.
height. Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yes.
It sounded like heat or hate.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, just careful with the pronunciation. Height, height,
Yes. Height.
height. Okay, good, good. All right. Next question. Do you think everyone would like to live in a larger house?
No, I don't think so. For people who want to live close to their family, living in a larger house may be like sometimes inconvenient for them to interact with other family members. And some people may feel alone when live in a spacious house, as a cozy apartment or just a small house will suitable for them to live in.
Okay. Some people, when living in a spacious house. Okay. I think you said
Yes.
when live in a spacious house.
Yes.
Okay. It's living, living. Okay. Excellent. All right. Well, keep going with some house questions. How easy is it to find a place to live in Hanoi?
Um, um, I must say it is sometimes really difficult to find a house to live in Hanoi, as this is a place where all the price is really expensive, and sometimes it does is not enough affordable for people who uh, move from the countryside to cities to live in. And in Hanoi, there are some houses that located in the heart of city may have some may really cost you an arm and a leg to live in. So I must say it's really difficult to find a house in this place.
Okay. Great answer again. Very good use of arm and a leg. Perfect. Perfect,
Yes.
Charlie. Okay. One more house question. Do you think there is a right age for children to stop living with their parents?
Um, I think this depends on individuals, as for some uh, students or adolescents um, who are under the age of 18, they will uh, they will like to live independently from their parents, so they can have the freedom to live live in other places. But I guess some children who can't not live alone or live by themselves, so they will find it hard uh to control their finance when living alone. So yeah, sometimes it depends on each person.
Okay, very good. And just one correction, their finances. Finances needs to be
Yeah,
plural. Okay?
yes,
Okay, so correct word just needs to be plural, finances.
yeah,
Okay, very good, Charmy. Okay, so that ends this part of the speaking test. So just the only thing to remind you of, so benefits is a good synonym for advantages. Okay,
yes,
merit is not quite so good.
yes.
Okay, all right. I'll find you another part one topic. Let's have a look here at the book. Okay, so these are part one questions. All right, and so remember about part one questions, only 2 or 3 sentences, and using because is a good way to answer these questions. I'm going to talk to you about photos. What type of photos do you like taking?
Um, well, I think there are two main types that I really taking. Is when I take by my iPhone, as it serves me for the best quality, and I have own a digital camera, and the quality it brings is excellent. And every time I snap photos by this device, I feel really satisfied with the results.
What do you do with the photos that you take?
Um, uh, Sometimes I will put it in the gallery, uh, in the photo gallery in my phone, and just keep it private. But for some pictures that I really satisfied about it, I will send for my friends for them to. Uh, uh, Sometimes I will post it on the social media in order to, uh, yes, for people to watch it.
Excuse me. When you visit other places, do you take photos or do you like to buy postcards?
Um, I think buying postcard is not is really strange to me, and I often just take snap some photos when visit a new place, and yeah, because I really love scenery and take photos, and I always take photos when the scenery is beautiful.
Do you like people taking photos of you?
Yes, of course, why not? Some of my friends, they really like to take photos, and they often told often tell me that um I they often let me to be the model of the pictures, and I really love this because sometimes I feel like they appreciate me, and yes, I really like it.
Okay, good answers, Charmy. Okay, excellent. Do you have any questions for me, by the way, as we are going?
Um,
Nothing, anything you are unsure about or not?
the questions of buying postcard or when visiting a new place,
Mm,
uh, should take photos or buying postcard. I
yeah.
think my questions are is not fully developed.
Um, yeah, I think it was fine, Charmy. It was fine.
Uh,
Okay. It was
yes,
fine. Yeah, you said already, you said you don't like to buy a postcard. You would much rather take a photo. And again, I keep saying this because, okay, you need why?
yes,
Why would you rather take a photo than buy a postcard? So always be thinking of why do I do this? Okay, or
yes.
why don't I do this? All right, good. Okay, so look at for this speaking test, this is the question, okay, this one here. All right. So um, obviously, this is one where you can use your concert story for.
Can you repeat your questions again?
Yeah, so you can see looking at the documents now. We're looking at part two.
Yes,
Okay, so you can see the question is describe a day when you thought the weather was perfect. Okay, so this is a question you can use your concert story for,
yes.
isn't it?
I think I will use the experience I got from my music festival.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Easy to use your music. Okay, so that very easy. So
Yes,
if you get a question like this, great. You say, oh, straight away I can use the music festival experience for this.
yes,
Yeah. Um, I'm going to tell you about. Remember, it's easy just to think of one way to start your talk each time. That way, very easy for you to start. If
yes,
you just practice this one way. I'm going to tell you about a day where the weather was really beautiful. It was when I went to a music festival, and then just keep going. Okay,
yes.
right. Okay, good. Okay, so you can see obviously this question is about weather. So now we're on to part three. I'm going to ask you some weather questions. What sort of weather do the people in Vietnam dislike the most?
Well, for most of Vietnamese people, they often they often dislike hot weather, especially in summer, because the weather in Vietnam is divided into four seasons, and when it comes to the summer, it's really hot and it limits all the outdoor activities. So I think people in Vietnam don't like hot summer very much.
What what sort of jobs? Can you think of any sort of jobs that can be affected by different weather conditions?
Oh, it's really hard to think about, but uh, I guess there are some. I don't think of any particular jobs, but I guess there are many outdoor jobs or career that may be easily affected by the weather compared to some office job. Yeah, they will maybe easily be affected when it comes to hot or cold weather.
Okay, good answer. But of course, an easy one, of course, is an outdoor job. Is in Vietnam, of course, is farming.
Yes,
Okay, so yeah, easy one to think of if they ask you something like that. Okay, just talk about
yes.
yeah, farming would be very hard when it's hot or when it's too wet and so on. But yeah, good answer, Chami. Um, are there any important festivals in Vietnam that celebrate a season or that celebrate a type of weather?
Um, yes, there is a popular festival is celebrated in Vietnam. It's called the Mid Autumn. It takes it takes place on the middle of in the middle of August, and everyone of all walks of life, from the children to the elders, are really like to celebrate this festival, and we do a lot of traditional things to celebrate it.
Such as, okay,
Um,
when you say that, we do a lot of traditional things to celebrate it. Remember to think of an example, okay?
yes.
Yeah,
Um,
for example,
uh, for example, we hang out to uh, organize some of the traditional celebrations of the mid-autumns, and for some people, they have will have a day off, so they will just sit at home and celebrate the mid-autumn with their family.
okay. So what I was meaning was when you said there are people have a traditional celebration at mid-autumn, what do they do? Okay,
I
you need to give
cannot think about
right.
anything.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Okay. So if you can maybe make something up, I don't know. You know, like for example, at some festivals, people might let off fireworks, for example,
Yes.
or
Yes.
some festivals, well, like in Thailand, they throw water at each other.
Yes.
Okay, so think of something like that. Some festivals, everyone makes beautiful flowers,
Yes.
or something like that. Remember, you can make something up. All right.
Yes.
The examiner doesn't care as long as you describe or talk correctly about something. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Good. All right. One more topic. Okay, Charmy, one more topic. Okay, I'm going on to another speaking test now. So we're on back to part one. Okay,
Yes.
back to part one this time. This one I'm going to ask you about names. Um, how did your parents choose your name?
Um, well, I don't know particularly, but I guess my my name is named with a flower, is named of flowers, and also it as as my parents said, it symbolized like me is in the meaning in Vietnamese is mean uh, a peace, the peace and the beautiful, so the beauty, so that I think it symbolized um the peace and beauty, and um I think this is a good name and beautiful name.
Okay, good. Okay, so symbolizes. Okay, symbolizes
Similar.
has an S on the end. And just remember, with the part ones, don't talk for too long. Remember, just 2 or 3 sentences is enough.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. So, and that makes it easier for you too. You know, you don't have to talk for too long for the part one questions. Good. I'll ask you this question. You've already answered this, but I'll ask you again. Does your name have any special meaning?
Um, I guess so. As I said before, my name symbolizes the peace and the beauty. And I guess my parents want me to live in a peaceful environment, and yeah, live in a peaceful environment. I can just think about it.
Okay, good, good. That's a better length, Chami. Okay, better length answer. Um, is your name common or unusual in Vietnam?
Well, I'm really unsure about this, but in my class, there are just two me, and I think when compared to another names such as uh Ling or T, these names are typically common in Vietnam, more
Okay,
than my name. Yes.
okay. Um, if you could change your name, would you? And if you would change it, why? Or if you wouldn't, why not?
Well, if I had a chance to change my name, I think I will keep it as I don't change it, because this name is name my name is the name which my parents give it to me, and I really appreciate it. And also my name, I think it's really girly and beautiful, so I don't have any intention to change my name.
Okay, good. Very good. I wouldn't change it is better
Yes.
English. Okay. I
Sure.
think you said, if I had the choice, I don't change it, is what
Yes.
you said. If I had the choice, I wouldn't change it is better
Yes.
English. Okay, good. Excellent. Okay, that is the end of part one. So the part two question is this one. Okay. Describe a TV or online documentary you watched that was particularly interesting. Okay, so same question, Charmy. Can you think of some experience that you can use to answer this question? Obviously, if you have watched an interesting documentary, well, that's great. You can talk about that.
Um. Uh. But excuse me, the word documentary is can be the synonym for a film.
Yes, it's a film. Ah, good question. Documentary is a film about something that is um, non-fiction. Okay, so
Yes.
something that is true. For example, documentary about animals, maybe about a lion or a tiger or an elephant. A documentary about people. All right, a documentary about pollution in Vietnam.
Yes.
Okay, so it is usually about some subject, okay, that is true,
Yes.
okay, as opposed to a movie, okay, which is just a story.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So can you think of something? Have you watched any documentary that you can think of?
Um, although I haven't watched any documentary before, but um, I will talk about the documentary about the pollution problems in Vietnam.
Okay, so you could talk about that, you think, for 2 minutes? Great.
Yes, I think so, but um, I can't think about any experience.
Okay. All right. So of course, then you only have 1 minute to prepare for this. So um, it is what you said to me before is fine. You can say, I can't think of any documentary that I have watched recently. Okay. But I can tell you about something.
Yes, yes,
Okay. So you can answer the question like that.
yes,
Okay. So if you see a question like this, don't panic and think, oh no, I haven't watched any documentary. Okay. I can't think of anything. Okay. Just say, I haven't watched any documentary lately, but I can tell you about a film or movie I watched, which is about.
yes,
Does that make sense?
yes, I
Okay.
understand that.
Yeah. Again, so you are answering the question. You say, actually, I haven't watched any documentaries recently, but I can tell you about some film or movie. And then just go
Yes,
on to talk about the film or movie. And like I say, as long as you are communicating well in English, that is fine.
yes,
Okay. So again, if you did the right thing, Tammy. So if you ever see something like this and you think, oh, I haven't done this or I don't know anything about this, just say so.
yes,
And then talk about something else. Okay,
yes,
okay, that is much better than to say, "Oh, I can't answer the question. I've never watched any documentary." Okay, you get 0 marks for that. Right? But as long as you talk about something, you will get marks.
yes.
Okay, so good, Charmy. That's great. Okay, and all right, some questions to do with TV programs. Now, this is part 3. Um, what are the most popular kinds of TV programs in Vietnam and why?
Um, I think there are various TV programs that people like watching in Vietnam, but for most part, I think um, the programs about education might be much more popular than any TV programs, as it provides people an in-depth knowledge about a certain area, such as the scientific or uh, some of the uh, skills when people need for their life, and some of these uh, some of these programs I think is really beneficial for students to watch.
Okay, good. So again, for an answer like this, you give an example. Okay.
Uh,
As
yes,
soon as you start talking about, yeah, I think educational programs are very useful for people to watch. For example,
yes. For
there there
example,
there is a program called such and such which. Okay.
yes,
Does that make sense?
yes,
That's what you do with questions. It's like just like the one about the festival. Okay.
yes,
As soon as you mention a festival, give an example. Okay.
yes.
Good. Um, do you think there are too many game shows on TV?
Well, I guess so because I'm a person who really watch some TV game shows,
Mhm.
and but my grandfather did. My grandfather does watch, and um, I think TV game shows are more popular in the group age of in with the elderly pupil, as some young people they may find surfing the internet is much more exciting. So watching TV game shows is just I think some old people would like it. For example, there are game shows called Who is the Millionaire? And in Vietnam, there are so many old people watch it, and they find it interesting and suitable with their age. Yeah,
Okay, good. Excellent use of example, Charmy.
yeah,
That's exactly what I meant. Okay, great. Did that very well.
yes.
Okay. Um, do you think TV is still the main way that people get news in Vietnam?
Uh, can you please paraphrase the questions?
Of course, of course. Um, a lot of people, they used to get their news from TV. Do people still use TV as their main source of news?
Um, I don't think so, because now with the development of technology, people may um uh the availability of news are always online, and I think but there are still some news occurred on TV, such as Thời sự, is the uh, popular programs for popular programs to talk about news. But I guess many young people, they will uh, really lazy to watch this kind of programs, so they find surfing the internet is much more uh, interesting and saving their time. But for example, for some old people, they don't really know how to use some smart devices to search for some news. So they will definitely choose TV programs to find news.
Okay, good, Charmy. Again, you used example very well. Okay, great. I guess the other thing you could have talked about for this, and you touched on this, was what do people your age do?
Yes,
Yeah, where do you get your news from, for example?
yes,
Or even you could say, um, are people your age even interested in news?
yes,
Yeah. So you said for example, older people, they still use the TV for news because they are not so good at using smart devices. But people my age, well, we're not so interested in what is happening in news. But if we are, we just look at the news on our phone. And for example, the website we use in Vietnam is called whatever.
yes, yes,
See what I mean?
yes.
Yeah. Okay. So just using the example like that. That's great, Charmy. Okay. Only two more questions. Okay. These are still part three questions. These days, um, do you think people pay attention to advertisements on TV?
Um, well, some kind of advertisement, uh, people will not really into, because uh they will their uh disturb watchers from watching their favorite programs, and this will be kind of like I guess people don't like it because it will consume their time to watch TV. But some kinds of advertisement is really beneficial, because it brings some certain products that watchers may find it useful for them to buy.
Do you?
For example,
Mhm.
uh, for example, uh, some of the products such as the medicines, uh, uh, s- such as medicine, the old people may find it um, beneficial for them to find a cure to find a method to cure their disease.
Good. Okay, good. Again, use the example. Okay, I know you got a little bit lost. You just say they can find a cure to help them with their problem. Okay, is another
Yes,
way of saying that. Okay,
yes.
help them with their problem. But good, you have the right idea, Sami. That's great. Okay, and one last question. Do you think it's important to have rules about what can be advertised on TV? For example, do you think it would be acceptable to have advertisements for guns on TV?
Um, yes, definitely. I think the government should impose a strict rule to some the advertisement, because when watching advertisement, there are a wide range of watchers from the children to the elderly person. So, if the children uh watch some advertisement about shotguns or some violent actions, they they might be less mature to uh control their behaviors, and they can easily uh imitate that actions. And for example, advertisement about guns or something else related to guns, children may easily uh, copy to use guns, and they may not find it um, wrong or right to use guns.
Okay. All right. Again, good use of example. All right. So that's good, Chami. The only thing I would suggest with this is treat this test just like maybe you are talking to one of your friends, okay, or even to your mum or dad or brother about
Yes,
this. Um, Sometimes the listening to your answers, sometimes I feel you were struggling a little bit to find you are thinking too hard about the looking for the right way to say something.
yes,
Whereas, of course, if you were talking to your friend or, like I say, a member of your family, you wouldn't think about that. You would just say it.
yes,
Okay, so that's my suggestion of what you need to improve next. All
yes,
right. So the things you are doing really well are, like I said before, Charmy. You answer the question. Okay. You never say I don't know, which is great. Okay. You always answer the question well. All right. You always have good ideas. Okay. You are starting to use examples very well. All right.
yes,
You are, as I say, you are talking at the right speed, not too fast, not too slow. Okay,
yes,
and you are not scared to stop talking for a moment to think. That is great. Okay, so you are doing all those things very well. You also, I notice, you are smiling when you talk most of the time. All right, which gives a good impression to the
yes,
examiner. Okay, if you are smiling, it shows that you are confident. All right, even though I know you might not feel confident inside. All right. But because you are smiling, you look relaxed and confident. Okay. And again, that gives a good impression to the examiner that you are comfortable using English.
yes,
Okay. And,
yes,
and, and, and that will help improve your score. So, like I say, the main thing to take away from this lesson is not to think too hard about what you're going to say because you had the right idea about the advertisement for guns, okay? But it was like you were trying too hard to think, oh, children, guns, what should I say about this? Okay?
yes,
Children, guns, why is this bad? Why shouldn't children have guns? It's because they're not mature enough. Um, if, like I say, I think if you were talking to your friends or parents about this, you wouldn't need to think so hard about this. You would just say, oh, it's bad for children to watch advertisements about guns because children are very immature and they might copy what they see on TV, and that's not good. So children shouldn't see advertisements like this on TV.
yes,
Okay, simple as that.
yes, yes.
Okay.
I
Does that make
understand it.
does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so try, I know you're being very careful, and that's good, but try not to think too hard about this. Otherwise, you can make it too complicated. Okay?
Yes.
Again, and I know it's a little bit difficult because it is an exam situation, but try to treat it just like you're talking to a friend. You're giving an opinion to a friend or an opinion to someone in your family about how you think about something.
Yes.
Okay, and simple as that. Like I say, it's the test is just about communication. If you can
Yes.
communicate well, then that's great. You will do well, Chami.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, that's the end of the lesson for today. It's not really a lesson; it's just a chance for you to practice. And
Yes.
like I say, you're doing very well, Chami. You are doing very well. So you should start to feel very confident that you will do okay at the speaking. All right.
Yes. Thank you, teacher.
Okay. So again, do you have any questions before we finish?
No, thank you, teacher.
Okay. So, like I say, hopefully I can see you when I'm in Hanoi. When I come next week, I will be there this time next week, and I will be there for 10 days. So I hope I can see you sometime during that.
Yes. Thank
All
you,
right.
teacher.
And then again, like I say, in June next month, as part of your practice, I can send you topics if you like, essay topics,
Yes.
and you can just answer them, and I can correct them for you to give you practice at that.
Yes. I understand it.
Okay, that's great, Chami. All right, so very nice to see you.
Yes. Me
Okay.
too.
Yeah. Okay. I hope you have a great weekend. I think Mrs. Ha is there. I think I saw her before.
Yes, okay, I'm here. But I think it's very useful lesson for her.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think she's practicing very well, Chami.
Thank
You're
you
doing
so much,
fine.
teacher. Very kind. Okay.
Oh, you're very welcome,
Thank
Chami.
you so much. Okay.
Yeah.
Chào cô ạ.
Chào con. Thế xong rồi tuần sau có lẽ là con sắp xếp để có gì thì sẽ liên lạc với cô nhá.
Dạ vâng ạ.
Con cố gắng ôn tập đi, ok?
Vâng.
Rồi, bye bye con.
Em chào cô ạ. Goodbye, teacher.
Okay. Tạm biệt, gặp lại sau.
Bye bye, teacher.
Bye bye, Chami.